Hello and welcome back once again to another episode of Natural Wonders with me, your host Mitch, or Lambent Rain, Lambent Sea. I don't know what I'm gonna call myself these days. But hello and welcome, episode 34 this week. Only three of us at the moment. Jamie will be joining us later on, so look forward to that. I got a bit brain stuck on what to say there. And who knows? Dean is available to play now, so once we get to that story beat, he will be with us. As you guys are heading in his direction, but we'll get to that. First of all, let's go through our shout-outs, as we always do here on the channel. This week, I'll kick things off just by saying I've started streaming again a little bit. So go ahead and check out my channel where I'm currently playing the first Fallout game. A lot of fun. Next up, join the Discord to get all the updates about the channel, and where you can see all the lovely fan art that people make, or that Woody makes because he's an absolute MVP. And you know, chat with us after the game, play Star Wars Battlefront with us before the game, occasionally. But yeah, Jay, no, you don't do shout-outs typically. Do you want to say anything, Jay? I just looked at the screen and saw your name.
I could do a shout-out, or two, or three, or four. I did
all of them.
Shout out to your heart's content.
D&D, do you love it? Do you hate it? Well, if you come down on Sundays, I'm sure as hell believe you will not hate it, because get on down for the dirtiest 20 you'll ever see, and we are all over 20. It's a lot of fun. We kill things, we eat things, we roll in things. There's a bunch of political intrigue, some nasty tentacle monsters. We got Ewan as the DM. He's fucking fantastic, and we got these beautiful individuals too, as well as myself. Get on down Sundays through 4 p.m. I can't think.
4 till 8. Hey, Jamie's in the chat. Sure, Jamie's not a mod. I should probably mod him at some point. I've just realised as well right now you've got a Dirty 20 group exclusive episode for the until Jamie gets here. So, all right, Jay, who you shout out next?
Oh, is it me again? Yeah, I did say I'd do them all. Do you like to capture small creatures into balls and make them fight other small creatures? Well, have I got a channel for you? Get on down to Sam JKP. It's a fucking blast. You got shiny marathons where you go on and you're doing Nuzlocks and Nuzzles, and you're nuzzling Pokemon for their cuteness, extracting them. He's got a beautiful face, and you just can't help but smile when you see him jam a Pokemon in this ball.
That's the best shout out that's ever been done on my channel.
Amazing. I would subscribe. And do you know what, Jay? Go ahead and shout out our other cast members. I know they're not here, but I just want to hear you. I just want to hear your take.
Cars! Do you love vehicles? Do you love jamming your foot down on an accelerator?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a car. You got many cars on the track, all going down. Some red, some blue, some green. Going into a pit stop. Who you got there? You've got no other than JM. Is it JM12?
Is it JM12? Yes. Underscore.
JM12.
Link in chat.
Catch him there. He's driving around real fast, winning games. If you love Formula One, and then you got the illustrious Mitchell there, loading out his voice on credit.
Oh man, I fucking love commentating.
I tuned in for all but a few minutes, sadly, because I work. But that was a great 2 minutes.
It was the best 2 minutes I've ever had on that channel. Don't tell Jamie.
Did he win?
Right.
Did he win? I don't even know if he won.
Last week? No, last week was crazy. He didn't win.
Oh.
He did not win. Okay then. There's only one channel left. Do you feel like you want to? Have you got another one in you, Jay? can you shout Dean? I mean, he hasn't had a shout for a while, but
Dean.
he is still a cast member.
We haven't shouted Dean's either. Well, honestly, if you love Zacian filled ventures, then imagine Zacian, but in the Pokemon universe. So he's there with his mechanical wrenches, and he's swatting Pokemon left, right, and center, bopping them on the head. We don't condone animal abuse, but he's bopping them on the head, shoving them in balls, doing a special thing with Sam soon. Definitely not an OnlyFans, but it's gonna be someone as exciting as a duo OnlyFans. So get on down, watch them play together.
Do a Zacian
believe it.
I tell you what, Jay, thanks for providing me a Justin Roiland-esque ramble. I appreciate that.
I didn't realize, but when I was doing it, I felt like it was a very Justin Roiland.
Yeah,
ramble. Yeah.
I feel like that was a deleted scene from a Rick and Morty episode at some point. they're selling Nintendo games or some shit.
Nintendo.
We can buy the Legend of Zelda Nintendo DS Morty. All right. That is all the shout-outs this evening. As you can see, Moobot has handled the last one for me. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter. And support us on Patreon if you wish. The link down below. Right, Woody, welcome, sir. Good to see you, buddy. Let's get into this week's episode. Beginning with our roundup of last week. As you completed your expedition delving deep into the pirate base of Hondo Onaka on the planet of Florim, you uncovered a series of damaged and derelict droids that actually took their toll on you. Some of you taking substantial battle damage in that previous days. Well, during the day's explorations. You did, however, successfully push through to the bottom, into the basement room where Tuklesh knew Hondo Onaka had stored his personal belongings. In there, however, you did see two slumbering droidica. Desi warned you of the danger of these specific models of droids, and for an appropriate amount of caution, you were able to extract the stash from the room, along with Hondo Onaka's very own swoop bike. With the new belongings in hand, you made your way out of the base, not encountering any more droids. However, the job was not completely done, as Desi did ask for you to free them from their binary prison, you could say. And that is where we pick up this evening, as you are back on the Crate Fang. Your meals and your loot on board. You head towards, in the distance you see, on this kind of like craggy plateau, this kind of red rock mesa area, this kind of large sphere with a series of antennas and satellite dishes poking out of it in a very ramshackle way, and these large kind of like stabilizing legs, and it's sat up kind of half on the edge of this kind of like large plateau, right on the edge, and from this distance it's, you know, it's about an hour's flight away. You just see it in the distance, but that is the direction you're heading, as Bip Bip is present, but obviously Jamie isn't, and Desi as well. You sit in the cockpit. What do you wish to do?
Quick in and out, bomb and run, yeah? We got this.
There is one thing that I have just remembered.
Yeah.
It might be best to restrain me before we get close to the signal.
Well, why is it you're not telling us?
I am able to resist the temptations of the signal from a long range, but the closer we get, the stronger it is. I will probably try to kill you all. Do you have any restrainer bolts left? I know that any Desi looks at Easy. I know you're uncomfortable with them, but I think it might be necessary.
To my knowledge, there are none on board.
This is the bit where I would say that, you know, I had a secret compartment underneath the fridge.
You do?
With a... Well, I don't know.
Traditional bindings will have to do then. Maybe lock me in a room.
You may want to give me that detonator first.
Yes, one of you should take this. They
I'll
hand out
reach
the
over
second
and-
thermal detonator.
I'll reach over and take it from him.
I suggest that you have someone throwing with you. If we only have chance for one attack, one drive-by.
Look, how's your throwing arm?
My throwing arm is more than ample. I had a thought. How are you going to throw them with me if you're flying?
I admittedly had not considered this. We do have a family of mechanics on board, however. I'm not sure what their flying skills are like, but...
Or whoever managed to keep the old gal floated up above there. The outpost did a good job. I'd recommend asking them again.
I mean, Bip Bip's still on board, so you are able to utilize him if that's what you wish to do. He's kind of just sat in the corner of the room currently, hanging out.
Much as it pains me to say it, maybe I should remain in the cockpit. At least I will still witness the explosion.
You sure will. Don't worry, I've got
I'm guys, give me 2 minutes.
Oh no, the GM has disconnected.
What's these cool backgrounds?
Yeah,
how do you get these backgrounds? I want a background. Go on. You're muted. You're muted, Ewan. I don't know if you would try to speak.
Yeah, I thought so. Have you seen he's put artwork in the background?
Yes, cool. He's put the Zakian poster on there as well. How'd you get this background thing? I want one.
Yeah, what is that?
If you go onto the camera and do the drop down, you can see change video background. You have Disco Nitro, don't you? So you can choose a custom background.
Oh, I do. What kind of custom?
Yep. Anything you want. You can upload an image, I believe.
I'm gonna do a Star Wars one then, yeah.
I was gonna do it, but I'm not paying Disco Nitro.
It's only like £2 a month or something. I got Nitro Lite.
I've been considering getting Nitro, because don't you get channel boosts as well, don't you?
You do, yeah, you get channel boosts.
I was thinking I might start doing like movie nights on my server or something, which I'll need a boost for so that the stream looks good.
Yeah, but Nitro Lite is cheap. It's not that expensive.
Oh, I might even do it actually just to be able to upload maps at their full size.
Yeah.
I've just seen it goes from like 6 or 8 megabytes, to 100 megabytes maximum upload.
Jump, yeah.
I might have to do that. I'm going to put it down as a business expense.
That's a good point. Yeah, you can do it as business expense. What other backgrounds are there? I don't like the way it cuts off my eye at points. Let's go on a vacation.
Oh no, I can't do it because no. You can't do custom backgrounds with Nitro Light. Damn. $99 for a fucking year. Jesus. Monthly 90.
Monthly?
No, not monthly, but
I was just gonna say. Our illustrious leader.
Hello, sorry team.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
hello.
my brother called to fucking tell me some story about where he used to work. Never mind. So, where were we? I don't remember. You tell me.
I said, as much as it pains me to say this, I may have to remain in the cockpit. At least I will still witness the explosion.
That is, if you are the best pilot, then it is wise. Like I mentioned, the place will not be unguarded.
I believe I am currently the only pilot on board.
Well, then that is a obvious choice to make then.
And I'm gonna get out the thermal detonators and hand one to Took and one to Bip Bip.
Missa?
miss.
Missa, flow it with the force. Alright. Where will you be imprisoning me for the time being? I suggest it is a strong and secluded location.
Z, don't you have like your little cupboard?
I
special
do,
closet.
Just
I do. We could restrain you in there.
remember, I will do everything I can to get out.
Do we have any restraints on board?
You could always use physical restraints, yeah, if you had any.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like any ropes or anything. I guess we do have rope, don't we?
There is an item called restraint, like cuffs, like handcuff style thing. I thought someone bought some at some point.
I
Pretty
took
sure
some off my body, but I lobbed it down the hole last.
Ah. Right. Perhaps locking the door will have to do for now.
Perhaps we could seal it.
How?
I believe the R4 droid has sealed the galley door before.
Okay then. I'll wait in the room.
I'll take him there, like guide him around in.
They follow you around the hallway. It's a short walk to that specific cupboard. Opens. It's cozy.
I'll grab some of the rope that we used to kind of like navigate that other place, and I'll hold it like out to like tie his hands. Do you mind?
I wouldn't waste the rope.
Fair enough.
As they as they show you, like they fling a massive blade out of their wrist that you can tell would easily just cut the rope.
Do not be alarmed by any sounds. I will get the R4 droid to seal the door.
Affirmative. I'll wait.
Apologies if we are forced to deactivate you.
Perhaps that is for the best.
And I'll leave and shut the door behind me. Go and find the R4 droid.
Door closes. Yeah, the R5 droid, you see it kind of being chased around by some of Zatkin's siblings in the cargo bay. You just hear like whip, 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 wow! As some of his siblings are like, catch it, come on, get it, and they're like throwing little bits of like food at it and little things they found around the ship.
Kind of like, I don't know, navigate around all the tiny
Whoop,
Zakian
whip,
children
whip,
and
whip.
pick up the droid and walk it start walking with it towards the cupboard.
Hey, don't manhandle me! Whoop, 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 whoop.
I have a job for you.
Don't
Or would you
handle me.
rather be chased by small, scary individuals?
No, please, not anything but that. And as you pick him up and walk away, the kid's like, "Hey, come on, you ruined our game!" One of them throws a little like bit of scrap metal at your back.
I'm gonna ignore him. I keep walking with the droid.
You suck! They kind of just go off and find their own other thing to do. All right, put me down. It's the night of interruptions. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I'll just instruct him to seal the door and get that all sorted.
All right, I'll get on it now. It might take me a little while. You see, they kind of like the little droid pokes out his little like welding torch and starts sealing up the place where the door meets the wall.
And yeah, while he's, I'll wait till he's, I'll watch and wait till he's finished. Kind of put a little bit of pressure on the door, kind of see how it holds. And
yeah, I won't make you roll. You push, and it is very firmly sealed. You know that this door would like slide open. Give it a budge to try and force it open. Doesn't seem to want to work. Doesn't seem to want to open.
Thank you. As a thank you, I will show you a small hidey hole away from the small children.
I mean, I usually hide in the room between the med bay and the cargo bay, but they found me.
I'm gonna take him into the like engine room, and I'll lift up like a small panel. Like I've seen Zakian go in there before, and I'll kind of like fit him in there.
Kind of like wheels in. It's a little claustrophobic, but it'll do.
I don't believe they've found this one yet.
You do see in here there are a couple of like the older Zamazinte family members, but they kind of don't pay too much attention. They don't seem like they're too interested in the droid.
Good, all good. Yeah, and then I'll start heading back to the cockpit.
All right. So, with Desi imprisoned, and you guys fast making your approach, you can see now you're probably like 20 minutes away. You're getting much closer. From the cockpit now, everyone is in the cockpit, unless they say otherwise. Can you guys make for me, as you get closer, can you roll your destiny for this evening, please?
Oh, yeah.
I completely forgotten about that. Usually Jamie reminds us.
True. Dark,
Oh, shit.
and dark. Good.
Oh, shit.
Do I use it all to ground your shit? I don't know. We'll see. As you are fast on the approach, you start to see more details coming into view as you approach this kind of like... You start to see now, it's more of like a little outpost. There's like a couple of little buildings. They don't look overly huge. They kind of look like pop-up porta cabin style buildings, like storage container type buildings. You see a very loose kind of fence, but it doesn't. You see the kind of like a fence post dotting the exterior that isn't just a sheer cliff edge, and then you see a closer version of that kind of like previously described orb with these kind of like leg support struts and antennas and radar dishes and things on it. But go ahead, as you're fairly far away, but you're getting a bit closer. I would say roll a perception check. It's going to be a hard check, unless anyone has any reason for it not to be a hard check.
Who's rolling this?
Anyone in the
Probably roll
cockpit,
that.
so I think that's all three of you. So I am ready when you guys are.
Perception.
Nice. Wow, okay, good. So, as you're getting closer, it becomes clear to you that similar to the state of the droids, this compound itself has been left to ruin as well. That kind of like fence, the fence posts, you can tell that it would usually be some kind of like ray shield fence, but whatever powered it has long since gone offline, and instead there are just metal poles in the ground every now and then. You do see the odd droid laying on the ground, derelict as well. You see a super battle droid kind of sat up against one of the support beams of the large orb structure, the relay structure that you guys know. You know that's what that is. And you see it's just kind of like sat there rusting away. It's silverish chrome bodywork, completely ruined by the red like sand and dust of this kind of mesa-y biome. The two buildings, they seem like storage buildings with large, like they're not big buildings, but on the like the south facing wall, there's like large kind of like warehouse style doors, but they're sealed right now. And you know what, with that, Rolsey, you do notice as well that it looks like the roofs of these buildings would open, like hangar doors perhaps. You do not see any of the vulture droids that were mentioned.
The buildings with the opening tops. So how close are they to the main structure?
Like, this whole compound is not very big. They're like right at the feet of this structure. And actually, with your really high roll there, Z, you notice as well that all of the ground here is like charred black around the bottom of these structures.
Do you relay back to us that the doors at the top can open?
Yeah, I'll tell you everything that I've noticed. Yeah.
Hold on, something like this. If it's still kind of inoperational, wouldn't Desi be able to give us some kind of like clearance codes?
It is.
If they don't try to attack us on site.
It is very possible. The only issue is that I have killed him in the room.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go head to the room, see if I can talk to him through the door while you.
Yeah. As you get out into the corridor, you start to hear like a banging, boom, boom, boom on the door.
But I switched on the comm. I think it's too late. He's gone crazy.
It's just this rhythmic boom, 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 banging on the door.
I'll go back to the cockpit then. And tell him, I think we gotta do this now.
I should have removed my spare parts before putting him in there.
Alright.
How are you with the turret?
Not good.
I am thinking if I'm piloting and Took and Bip Bip are throwing, I thought maybe we could fire a few turret bolts at the leg.
I can try, but I have never used one before.
I understand. I just think a few extra bolts could swing things in our favor.
Or I could accidentally hit the explosive before it lands.
That could also happen.
What are we using? I don't, I wasn't really paying attention.
We have exactly 2 thermal detonators. The same detonators that I used on Chad.
Is that going to be enough to destroy a structure?
Desi seemed to think so, I believe, if we hit the right point, but I am not exactly sure what that is.
It's a long shot, But when is it not? I'll do what I can, but I am making no promises. The best I can do is perhaps give some covering fire, but from my knowledge of the Separatists, morale is not exactly something they need to worry about.
Give you a quick tutorial.
Please.
And yeah, I'll kind of show Kalau into the turret, show him what all the different levers do, kind of maybe give him some tips on how to kind of turn it a little bit easier, aim it a little bit better.
Yeah, sure. So with a quick little tutorial, Kalau, you sit in the seat and immediately it's quite jarring. This kind of like every little movement you make kind of like shifts the gun around and the seat moves with it, and it's like this weird gyroscopic sphere. It's very odd, very weird feeling to adjust to. But with a little bit of like practice, you're at least able to hold it steady. But you know, it's not something you're overly experienced with. Okay, so I've drawn, if you scroll up on the scene, guys, I've drawn an amazing doodle of what you're looking at here. It kind of looks like the villain from The Incredibles.
It does, yeah.
It is pretty good, I think. I will quickly swap to a combat screen so people can see it. I'm not going to stay on the combat scene, though, because I do not have one prepared for 3 players. But this is the kind of... Bro, you see a little ginger kid. But yeah, this is the kind of structure you're up against, and that's probably more scale-wise. Actually, no, it's probably not that big. They are big, but they're not that big. But regardless, that's just to give you guys an image of what you're going up against more than anything else. Swap back to the roleplay screen. Cool. So as you're coming in, how close are you getting? What's your game plan right here? Let's say right now you're about, I don't know, 500 feet out. You can see it fairly clearly, but nothing seems to have noticed your approach.
I think my plan at the minute as the pilot is to kind of like stay at a decent altitude, but then take a kind of quick swoop in so they can drop the detonators. Okay,
so you're going to take a quick... I will mention as well, sorry, I don't think I made this very clear. The structure itself is like on the edge of a mesa, like it's maybe like 20 feet from the edge of the drop. What has gone wrong there? Have I minimized? Oh no, you just turned this camera off. Okay. That's fine. I'm Ewan right now, but that's okay. You good, man?
Oh, hello.
You're
yeah,
right.
my fucking Discord crashed.
Oh, okay.
It like went
just
all,
me.
like, the loading screen. Oh
That's
god,
okay.
I hope I've not caught your fucking illness.
Yeah, it's transferred on.
Oh god.
we'll all be doing it.
So yeah, just to clarify, it's kind of like in a very unstable position. But make of that what you will.
Okay. So yeah, our best strategy is definitely to go for the legs. Now that we're closer, it is extremely close to that ledge.
Yeah.
I say target the 2 supports. We get one detonator on one of the supports closest to the edge. The other for the middle one should
So
If we also have Kralal firing a few shots, he may also damage the legs and give us a better chance.
yeah, so as you swoop in, you're gonna take some shots at the legs, and then as you pass it, the 2 of you are gonna be ready to throw the thermal detonators at the legs in hopes that it tumbles and
down.
slips.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if it doesn't, I guess we can get more people on turrets firing at the legs.
As you, yeah, okay, cool. So, as you approach, 500 feet away. You're getting closer. 400 feet. What's the range of your cannons? I don't even remember. I think you probably could start firing from this range. It would just be kind of difficult shots. If you wanted to do that. Or would you wait? Because, Kalal, you're the one on the guns, so... Would you wait for your chance to fire, or would you just start, like...
I would wait until I'm told what to do, to be honest.
Okay, sure. So you're just there with your finger on the trigger, trying to keep it steady. I mean, Z's flying fast, so the ship is kind of, like, rocking. You know, every now and then Z has to, like, pitch up, pitch down. It does kind of, like, mess with your aim ever so slightly. So you're just like there, probably a bead of sweat dripping down your forehead as you're waiting for the call out to begin firing. Bip Bip goes to the rear cargo ramp and he says to all of Zakin's family, "Stay away from the ramp! Get back!" And everyone moves away from the cargo room round to other areas of the ship as he touches some buttons, and you see it open. And you feel that gust of wind as now he's holding on to one of the metal poles like that extends the ramp down, and in front of him is just the landscape speeding by as Z is flying pretty fast towards this thing. You're about 400 feet out, 300 feet out, 200 feet out.
At that point, I'm going to say, Gerlau, fire when you're ready.
Okay. Do you fire immediately, Kalal, or do you wait?
I'll fire when I was told, so I guess I'll fire.
Okay. Are you taking the time to aim, or are you just...
No, I will definitely take the time to aim.
Okay, so that's 1 blue dice. I am good. This is going to be a hard check, because you are still quite far away from it, but... You know.
I don't even know what I'm firing. I've never done this before.
Gunnery, please.
Where is...
So, in
It's near the
combat...
bottom.
Okay, I'm in combat.
In combat is towards the bottom of combat, I believe.
What's the bottom of combat? I see nothing.
Do you guys see it
Maybe
in your
some
sheets?
skills. Oh, it's in combat skills.
That's what I mean. Sorry. I should have been more clear. My bad.
Yeah, I am ready to press the button.
I'm not going to give you any black dice because your inexperience here is represented by your skill level in the in the skill. So it's just going to be a difficult check with 1 blue dice. Go for it.
All right.
Success.
Wow.
With a threat. So you kind of take your moment. You kind of get used to the swaying of the ship as it's traveling at high speed, and then you see it line up in your reticle. That right hand side leg, which is that's the main leg that's closest to that sheer drop. You take your moment, you fire, and it blasts into the side of the leg, and you see it definitely does some damage. It's not enough to break the leg, but you can certainly see the process is gone. And with that, as you get ever so slightly closer, Z, you're about 150 feet out, you start to see those hangar doors on the top of those buildings begin to open very slowly. You could probably get another round in before they're fully open. But you're approaching. You're probably about 50 feet out. Kolo, you could fire again if you wish.
Oh, just to warn everyone, I'll say on the comlink, I think we have some company. The hangar doors, they're opening. You
will hear that warning. Kalo, do you feel the urge to fire again as you get closer?
I mean, I guess I will.
Alright, now you are closer. I'm going to make this a slightly easier check. That threat, by the way, Kalo, as you pull the triggers, you see sparks fly out of a wall somewhere, and you just think, did I do something wrong? But the ship takes 2 strain. System strain. So that is for Captain Took to register. Alright, Kalo, you can go ahead and fire again, sir.
Can I aim again this time, or am I just...
Yeah, you can aim.
Alright, I will definitely do that.
As some time passes, you see it speeding towards you, and it's almost like directly on side of you. You have to like spin the gun to your left as you're passing it, and you fire. Well done. The red blaster bolts at almost point blank range now, as you're like 50 feet out from it, just blast into the side of the that specific leg, and you see like the metal framework of that leg just bend and give way, and the whole structure seems to lurch to that side. It doesn't go, but it looks like it's nearly there. As the ship continues in its path past the array, you now see Z out to the right side of you, two kind of like large droids with 4 legs stand up out of those hangars, and then they hover up, and the legs kind of like rotate up until they're horizontal, and they fly off, and they begin to kind of like scramble around in an arc so that they're behind the Crate Fang. But before they get a chance, Took and Bip Bip are ready. As you now see the compound below you, there's 2 hangars. You see those droids fly up and get out ready to pursue you, and then you see out to your right side or your left side this structure, and you see red blaster bolts impact it. As you see that one leg begin to cave in, you know what you need to do.
Gonna send that, charge up the thermal detonator. Knowing what kind of the distance, charge up a little, cook it a few seconds, and throw it just to center of that leg.
Okay, and at the same time, Bip Bip, and he pushes it with the force towards the other leg that's holding it up on this side. So both of you need to roll. Is it heavy weapons?
What is it? Yeah, is it heavy ranged? Sam?
What, do you know, Sam?
Sorry, let me check.
First grenade I've thrown.
So it's a range. I'll put it as range light.
Range light.
Range
okay.
light?
Yeah, because I guess they are small.
Light to throw. Yeah?
Would you have aimed before you threw that, sir? I imagine.
I would have been aiming the whole time, yep.
Yeah, cool. I'll add a blue dice to my check then. And then, so range light, I'm going to roll for Bip Bip as well. Let's see.
Ready?
There's Bip Bip's roll. And yeah, go for it, sir. All right. As you watch these 2 thermal detonators fly out the back of the ship, Z, you can see this going on as well. There's this huge explosion. And then a moment of silence as you start to hear like cracking, and then like rocks beginning to fall as the whole mesa that edge of the structure was on crumbles away, and you see that one leg that snapped completely gives way, and the other one slips over the edge as this whole rock slide occurs, and you watch as that signal array disappears over the edge and falls hundreds of feet off the edge, like down into this ravine, and smashes into the ground. The vulture droids, as they're following you, you see them kind of like, they're following fast, and then they begin to slow down, and then you see like you and Bip Bip see this really clearly too, because you're still standing on the back of the ship. You can see them in the distance. It looks like they're priming their blasters and their missiles to fire at you, and then the red lights of their eyes just dim, and they fall out of the sky, spiral down out of sight, and then you just see there's an explosion from down below as they lost signal to whatever was keeping them on your trail.
Oh, it was easier than I thought.
And at that point, you hear the which you've been hearing the whole time of Desi slamming on the door, just go silent and stop.
That went much better than expected.
Yeah. Back to the cockpit.
Yeah, you
Have you got the cargo ramp shut?
Yeah, Bip Bip will sort it out.
Miss, I
Good.
do it.
Once it's shut as like a little, I don't know, a little like celebration or something, I'm gonna like swing the crate fang round, kind of like you do like a donut in a car. Just swing it all the way around and then keep going.
Nice. It does like a little 360. Make a piloting check.
Oh shit! Am I going?
This
Right,
will be
pilot.
astrogation still. What's it called? Space piloting.
Space. Yeah.
Yeah. Space piloting check for me, please, sir. I'm gonna make this a hard check because you're trying to do a sick trick. Oh,
Sure. Something, guys. Well done.
there he is. Welcome, sir.
Ah, hey guys.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. I'm good. I'm here. Did we blow it up?
Yes, it fell off a
did.
cliff and smashed into a
Lovely.
canyon down below. And Pip, as you
Good.
close the as you are closing the cargo ramp, all of a sudden the crate fang flicks around and does like this kind of like in-air drift donut, and you have to like grab onto the pillar. Z, make a piloting check.
Wait, have we still not shut it?
Well, it's on its way closed. I'm just
I
flavouring.
think I
it.
rolled
right,
exactly
okay.
0.
I
Exactly
mean,
nothing.
you do it, but it's a bit. It's instead of like a drift, you just kind of like fly in a circle. It's like whee.
Would
And
you
then-
like me to roll my destiny, or did you?
Yeah,
roll it
go
for
on,
me?
sir.
Oh yeah.
Please get light.
Is one light. One light.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I got us to one, boys.
So, what are you doing now as you have destroyed the array?
I'm heading back to the cockpit first.
And I'll be kind of like getting us out of the area just in case there's any droids that are still somehow active.
You
And
just continue flying away. Yeah, that's fine.
We chart on course for Naboo then.
We need
you
to pick a place before Naboo. We need to plot a course where we are going to stop to get supplies. Because we're not sure we have enough food or
Do
fuel.
we have time?
are we not going to save Zakian?
Well, I mean, we need a.
It's-
I said we just take the kids to Tatooine, and he has a little homecoming.
I mean, do we?
I know it's dangerous.
Naboo is near Tatooine, so do we even have enough food to get us there?
Going off my catalogue, we got something like 333 separate ration packs.
Okay. How many of us is there? Is
70 something.
is there 60 of us? mate?
60.
Including us 4.
64.
Take away Z, so 63.
No. 63, yeah.
Okay.
We just
so
have to eat less. We can
we
eat
shall
half.
we shall have enough for
Ah.
five rations.
Oh,
Sorry, we have enough rations for 5 days travel.
Ewan got nitro.
I was gonna
Look at
ask.
it.
You little bastard.
I did it. I couldn't help it, and I have spent about I've spent about half an hour trying to get a giant Danny DeVito face, but it didn't work. Okay,
No,
so I'm
but
settled
that
for
is
something
awesome.
actually good.
That actually looks so fucking cool.
I
though.
might have to invest in that
wanna-
as well.
I might have to just so I can have a fucking planetary background. Oh my god.
Yeah, that looks sick.
Sorry.
All right,
dude.
but as you plot in your course, I think that's probably a good place to take our break this evening, so you guys can figure out exactly your actually have a look at the map. And also, I really need a wee. So,
Good. That gives me time to actually.
yeah, we will be right back, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us for the first hour of the show. There is more to come, so don't go anywhere just yet. We'll see you very soon. Enjoy the art.
I made it.
And I was muted. Hello, and welcome back to the second half of tonight's episode. And boys, you know what I got to say? I just got to say one thing really quick before we jump into this. You know what I fucking hate? Don't tell him.
What?
Don't tell him. But that fucking Darth Vader guy is right prick, isn't he?
I've heard about him. He seems like
Yeah.
a bit of a wank stain.
What? Wait.
Oh,
He's... Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. Shit.
I'm sorry.
Clip it. Someone clip it. That's a bit. That is a bit. Clip it.
Okay, well, so as we delve into the second part of tonight's episode, you were successful in your mini mission of destroying the sensor array here on Florim. And now, as you head away from the scene of the crime, you plot your course. What is your plan, crew of the Crate Fang?
We definitely
said-
don't have enough supplies to get straight to Tatooine.
I
On the way, few options.
We need to
Always,
stop somewhere.
Always not Shadara again. That's on the way.
I am not a biological, but I have noticed that our passengers are already eating through the supplies fairly quickly, so another drop off may be needed.
I mean, we got like 5 days worth of food for free, so if anything, if we have to stop off and buy another 5 days, it's not too bad.
Also, we got some more things to sell.
This is
So
true.
we could sell some.
And
buy.
Nashadar, perfect place, no?
Yeah, we have a nice contact in mind. Sure, we can get sell this special spice to her. It's not my taste.
Don't. Are we selling the blasters you found, or are you keeping those?
Oh yeah, the blasters. Yeah.
I was just
So
thinking the
then-
same thing.
I wanna. Can I look at this scope blaster again? I don't know what more one it is. There was a modified one.
Let me have a quick look. So yeah, as you look at it, it is not the same blaster in design as your Reaper. What's your one called?
Yeah, Dragon Reaper.
It's not a Dragon Reaper. That is a very premium pistol, mind you. But this one, it's not gaudy and gold-plated like the one that Zakin had found in the possession of the Black Suns. No, that wasn't. Was it that? That was in that shot, wasn't
No,
it? Actually, that was in that
yeah,
Jawa
when
shot.
when that me
That was
found
you,
it.
yes.
Yeah,
I thought
it
that
was
somehow
blue.
Zakin had gotten one. It actually is a heavy blaster pistol. I'm just scrolling here to see if I can find one that is an appropriate name. These are all ranged light. If I scroll heavier, this is an Arakid ACP repeater. It is a ranged heavy blaster carbine. Wait, ranged heavy? Is that right? No, the blasters are still ranged light, innit? Heavy blasters still
It
ranged
was
light.
a ranged.
My bad.
It was a ranged heavy pistol. Yeah.
It's a ranged light pistol, but they're still a heavy. They're called heavy blasters. They still use the ranged light skill. That's my bad. This is a Blastech DL7H. I will send you a screenshot of what that looks like, and I will put the stat block in the Discord for those of you who are part of that. You can see the exact pistol in question. It's kind of a very traditional pistol-looking device with a pretty wide barrel and a scope on the top. I will put it in the live game chat. There you go. I've sent it twice, just so you can appreciate it.
You can really have a good look at it.
Yeah. So that's damage 8, critical 3, range medium, encumbrance 2, hard points 2. But one of the hard points is being used with a scope, which is what you have fitted on your rifle, I believe, Z, which gives you a benefit of some kind.
I have it on the one that I got from Ketrax. But I
Right.
haven't added it to my sheet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you go on, if you use that link that you had sent, you can see the attachments list somewhere there, and you can have a look at what benefits a scope would give you. But yeah, it's got a scope. So it only has one hard
And
point
that was-
available.
They're both DL 7Hs, right? Because I picked up two. One with the
One of them is the DL7H, and the other is a Corellian Arms CR2. And Kalal, you'd recognise this gun, being you've spent time on Corellia, on the core world. This is used by the kind of security-esque police people on Corellia. And there you go. I've sent pictures of both those to the Discord.
Not Corellia.
Oh, my bad. Wrong planet. Wrong planet. Both C's.
Oopsie.
You would not have seen this gun.
Suddenly forgets.
Which planet's Corellia then? Oh God, is that where what's her name's from?
Corellia's Han Solo's from there. It is a core world though.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, but those are the two blasters you find.
Are you wanting to sell them?
Oh yeah, yeah. And nothing like this, baby. He pulls out his Dragon Eye Reaper and kisses it, stuffs it down back his pants.
Do you know the range at which they may sell?
Yeah. The C2. Used, I don't know, something ranging from like 400 to 500 credits. Good sale. The DL. On the other hand, that's gonna be probably about 700. Hopefully.
Shit, I have just realized we still have a droid trapped in a cupboard.
Oh.
Bip, your saber skills may be useful.
Okay, Misa, come with you. So, are we going to Nashadar? Is this the plan?
I think that's the plan, yeah.
Okay, Z, do you want to fly the ship and get it ready to go, and I'll go get him out?
I will plot a course, yes.
I'll go get him out. Bear with me. Misa, bring him back.
Hold on.
Hmm?
I'm not sure Nar Shaddaa would be the best option.
Yeah, it's not the best option. We were
What
probably
is a good
implicated in
option?
killing her.
We might have more heat there than we expect.
Explain.
Yeah, what?
Well, aside from our escape from the hut on that planet, granted he, as far as I recall, was not the actual hut lord of that planet, but I killed Senator Nighthawk.
Whoa!
You saw what?
You didn't fill us in with this.
I didn't think it was necessary.
What do you mean? This changes my whole opinion of you.
He was a very dangerous person. We were leaving him alive, and I saw the only opportunity to interrogate him, and things went a unsavory way, and he ended up dying.
You know
The
what this
problem-
means, don't you?
What?
And I'm gonna slap him on the head in a real playful way. You, my slaphead individual, are getting a pay rise.
Oh, okay. uh, well, that aside, we could certainly discuss that. But what I'm trying to say is that I confronted him in the hut towers. And there are security and surveillance systems in there. I cannot be sure that they don't know who I am, and that by extension, now you. I didn't think it was important to mention, given that we were already being hunted rather vicariously by the huts anyway. What is one more name on a sheet?
Just
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you, but it was a real hassle having to get the ship unlocked and having to get out of lockup.
just wear a hat.
He actually shut down mid-sentence. That's the best time that's ever happened. That was so good.
Oh dear. You with us, buddy? I like to think that Toby just pulled out.
I had a moment there. Just
Yes,
wear
there's
a hat.
thing as a droid stroke.
I'm not sure what it is. It's ever since the sandstorm. I think I need to clean myself out a little bit.
Whoa, hold on. Look into the map. We've got other options. I know for sure they're those funny-looking fly things. What's that planet? Ah! Toydaria. Heard about that planet. Never been, but that's close. Probably a better option. Sure, they've got some kind of supplies we can pick up from there.
I mean, it's an option, but if we're worried about Kala, if you're worried about everything on Nashada, you could just stay on the ship. Do we not? We say in the rush, there's going to be a quick in and out, stop, refuel, get some food, and we go to Tatooine. It's going to be there only a few hours.
I just thought it important to mention. But of course, we have all been seen together on World, caught on multiple surveillance systems as a group. If it would not take much to piece together that if you are there, then I would be. That is my only concern, and if I recall, we were chased off that planet.
Yeah, I have to agree with them. It's not like we can land in the scrap heap that is the base of that planet.
If we want our
It's all-
context, we would have to land in the similar part of the planet, would we not?
Yeah, exactly. I'm fairly certain it's impossible to land outside of Nashada.
But then the problem is the stuff you want to sell for the money for other supplies. We need to go to Nashada. I don't think we're going to be able to sell it on Toydaria.
If we are quick, perhaps we can do this. But it might also be worth a bribe
Yeah.
to ensure that our ship does not register as having landed at the port.
It's a good idea. And if a bribe doesn't work, threatening always works.
So is the plan to go to Nashada?
That's what we're discussing, yeah. And it'll be, like, I imagine it'll be off, refuel, get some food, sell the shit, and fuck off.
We also do have many contacts on World. We could use them to our advantage.
We could have it prepared in advance. There is a lot of... How many crates did you bring up? That is a lot of food to be transporting. We would be fairly obvious. That's also not accounting for the amount of crates we would have to remove from the ship. We only have a certain amount of storage here.
Okay, so Wisa could get in contact in advance.
I can
Meet us at
speak
the port.
I can speak to Lulana.
This is true. And Took, you could speak to Misa, forget the name who you also want to sell the guns to. Mai, yes. You could get in contact with her. Maybe she can help us as well in some sort of way.
Also suggests that we contact and ask about the disposition towards our little group. How the law there is reacting to us. Are we under a direct imminent threat if we return, or are we just simply another group of individuals who have killed on Nar Shaddaa?
If Misa remember, you're very close with the Lana, so you could ask her. She would give you the information.
Well, yes, that is a good point. She is very well connected.
That would be Nebula.
Oh,
Nebula.
Lulana is the one that gave us the bounty pucks.
oh, Sam, you threw me. You said Lana earlier.
Yeah, Lulana's the spy stone owner that Z contacts, and then you've got Nebula and Mai.
Nebula, my bad. I'm for this. See, this is why I
all
should take
good.
notes.
It's all good.
Misa me Nebula.
It could
So,
work.
This could
Dangerous.
work. Sounds
work.
like a plan, Misa guess. And also, one of you speak with someone who can hop on the ship and fix the kitchen. Misa pay for it, of course. Because Misa not going to get paid otherwise, eh, Took?
No, you're not. I think I haven't forgotten.
Don't fucking pay me anyway.
What is wrong with the kitchen? I've never been in there.
Don't worry.
I will not worry.
Okay, right. We set on Nar Shaddaa and also get Misa get Desi out.
20
Yeah,
He's
minutes
get Desi
still
later.
out.
in that cupboard.
Another 20 minutes later since you first mentioned it.
I'll start plotting the course to Nar Shaddaa.
Okay.
I'll go start heading to the cupboard.
Hopefully, this is not the worst decision we've ever made.
Interesting.
Oh, and it won't be the last worst decision we've ever made. That's for sure.
Cool. So as you begin plotting the course, bip, you make your way to the hallway, to the room where Desi has been sealed in by the Astromech's welding torch.
Okay, I'm going to give a knock. See if there's any response.
No response.
Desi, you sit there.
No response.
If you sit anywhere near the door, Missy encourage you to step away. And then you said it's like a sliding door, right? It slides across, so it's just welded by that one.
It's welded down that side, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to take out the lightsaber and carefully undo that weld, so then the door's still functional.
All right, make a lightsaber check.
Okay. Time to break the door.
I have a feeling that Desi's not with us anymore.
Yeah.
Lightsaber check. Ready?
Yes. All good. You carefully place the lightsaber in a position where when you ignite the blade, it carefully cuts that weld, and the door opens. You see Desi standing upright, head bowed towards the ground. No lights to indicate that they're active.
Tap him.
No response.
Yeah, gonna grab both his shoulders, shake him.
Is very rigid. Like, you try to shake them, but they don't
Yeah.
really budge. They're not limp like a person. They don't react.
Okay. I'm gonna comlink to the cockpit so everyone can hear. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, Desi's he's here, but he's not moving, or he doesn't look like he's on. Are you able to come and have a look at him?
Oh
I'm-
no.
I'm on my way. Yeah, can you hear anything? Any whirring? Anything?
Do I?
Make a perception check.
You ready?
Yeah. You hear nothing. You put your ear up towards Desi's like chest. Don't hear anything going on.
I'm gonna take away one strain on that as well. By the way.
Yeah, go for it.
No, it is deadly silent, as if.
All this was
Someone is-
suspicious when we saw those vulture droids fall out the sky. Surely if
I'm on my way, and I'll go around to the cupboard.
Make your way around and you see a similar sight.
Is there any sort of like panels on him that can be look like they might be able to be removed to kind of see the inner workings of it?
Yeah, I mean, you could make a mechanics check or a computers check to access this.
Yeah, I'll do some computers.
Sure. You kind of like find a certain panel and you begin the process of removing it, but when you enter a stasis, you know that there's usually still stuff whirring and working away, repairing you. Kind of like your auto repair functions activate, and you know you still have sensors detecting if people are intruding your personal space whilst you're unconscious. Desi doesn't seem to have any of that.
I would
It's
assume
sort
that
You get like halfway through taking one of the panels off and you kind of realize probably gone.
But he told us deactivate and it would do this.
I think he was more linked with it than maybe even he anticipated.
Or maybe this is what he meant. He wanted to stop fighting.
think you're right. I
Droids
think
think like that.
I think he just wanted wanted peace.
Disappointing. Misa
Really
wanted to
disappointed.
chat
I
with him.
wanted him to get that big old knife out again. Wanted him to show me how I could attach one of them to my wrists.
Yeah, Misa wanted to chat with him. He kept looking at me as if he knew something about me. Kept saying we, but Misa never seen him before, so.
Probably because of the color of your weapon.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I only know stories, but as far as I'm aware, the Jedi of stories and tales, oh how wonderful they are, did not use weapons that well, they're red. Let's just say that. But I certainly know some people who do.
So, you saying that the people that the Jedi fight against were working with the droids? That was their thing?
Yes, I was fairly young, but I just assumed that some of you were alive during that time as well.
That is why he referred to you as we.
Okay.
They obviously assumed that you were on their side,
Interesting.
separatist.
Pip Pip has never really had a side. Pip Pip has never really fit in anywhere apart from with you guys.
All I can tell you is I found this. Is this Booby One Bonobi fella you're talking about? And he pulls out the data pad with the picture of Hondo and Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yeah, Bip Bip, you see a picture of Hondo, the Weequay you have met,
Yeah.
with his arms around these two gentlemen. One of them resembling a much younger version of the Obi-Wan you are now more familiar with. But he's wearing, like, restraints around his wrist and he looks very grumpy to be in the picture. And then you see a young...
I mean, I would recognize young Obi anyway because
Yes, but you're more used to his older looks now. I would say roll a law check to see if you recognize the other gentleman. And give me a moment to set up the...
Fuck it, I'll tell you now, I'm not recognizing this.
I'm going to give you a blue dice because this is directly related to your backstory. But I am going to make it a hard check because it's obscure.
It's not happening.
Roll for it.
Ready?
Yeah?
Fuck me!
You do recognize him. You've seen him around the temple with Obi. And you remember, like, the younglings would tell stories of him being, like, a bit of a naughty, like, bad boy style Padawan. Didn't listen very much, and he was kind of, like, a bit unruly. But you don't remember a name.
Okay. Misa... That's a Obi. That's Master Obi-Wan. He's
Told
the
you
one that...
Hondo captured them.
Oh, Misa, believe you now. But he's the one that realized Misa have potential. And the other man, Misa seen him before. When Misa used to do training. He's not the goodest of Jedis, but he was a Jedi. I wonder what ever happened to him.
Was a good Jedi. Surely if they're all good, they wouldn't be dead, right?
He's didn't play by the rules sometimes. Bit edgy. Miss friends used to say, but Miss, I wonder what ever happened to him. Maybe Miss ask Obi if he comes through to me again.
What are we talking about again? We're talking about some more spice. Takes out another dose.
I'm gonna, after, like, Z, during this whole conversation, Z's kind of just been standing staring at Desi. I kind of step back, close the door, like, very abruptly slam the thing to close the door, and start walking back off towards the cockpit.
Wait, Z?
Yes.
Two things. One, didn't you say we need to get the droid? R5 droid? Did you not mention about him?
Did I mention what about the R4 droid?
Miss
R5.
No, Miss, I thought you mentioned him. But can't he get him to work again? Is that not something he can do?
It is possible. We do have mechanics on board. Perhaps they can reactivate him. I would like to have a chance to have a closer look at him.
Okay. If you so want to look first, Misa just suggesting that they might be able to help. We have a long trip. It's 5 days.
Affirmative. It would be optimal to get him functional again.
Okay. So, Nashada?
Nashada.
All right. So the course has been plotted. You've made your way up out of orbit of Florim. You are free to jump to hyperspace and begin that leg of the journey if you want to, Z.
Yeah, I'll head back into the cockpit, sit down, and then just into hyperspace.
All right. You enter the
Seems
coordinates. You punch it. And the ship, similarly as before, you see the starscape stretch as the ship kind of gets suspended in motion for a moment and then pew, catapulted into hyperspace as reality stretches around you, and you hear that hum of the engines as now you are in hyperspace for, I believe, just over 5 days from this location. Is there anything that any of you want to do during that time, during that travel time?
I'd want to look if Trex has got any old space catalogs. Any old catalogs, weapons, tech catalogs knocking about.
You have a little look around, and you've been on this ship for a few weeks now. Over a month, I would say. I think, in game time. You've spent a long time on this ship. And you feel that if you were going to find anything of Trex's, it's either really, really well hidden, or it just isn't.
When I mean catalogs, I mean like things that you send through your mail, like that people are selling, like
yeah. I mean,
advert.
that kind of stuff. It probably would have been in with all the piles of junk that have been cleared out by now. Yeah, unfortunately. But I mean, you have data pads, so if you're wanting to do some kind of research like that, you're more than welcome to use data pads.
I always think, is there like, I never imagined Star Wars having the internet, but I guess there is something like it. Where
I would imagine you need to be on a planet, and then you can use that planet's own database. You can't. It's not just like an internet of information that's available everywhere.
Interplanetarial, yeah.
I imagine, like, if you're on Coruscant, you get access to quite a lot of information, but if you're on Cyrilla, you probably get less.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I would say for now, that's probably a little bit out of your capabilities. Is there anything anyone else would like to do during this travel?
I would like to go to the cupboard where Desi is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll kind of like, as much as I can, sort of try and fit in there with him and close the door.
It's very tight space now. You can fit in there, but it's not comfortable.
I'll try and try and sit on some of the crates and stuff that
you can kind of nestle round the side.
I want to have a look, and again, I don't know if droids work the same as cars. But I want to kind of try and maybe find if there's a way I can like jump start him.
Right. In what? So are you using like wires to hook yourself up to him, or are you using?
Yeah.
Something? Okay. You can go ahead and try that. It would be a mechanics check.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be 4 purple dice difficulty.
Okay.
To see what you can get here.
You ready for me?
I'll allow computers as well. I'll allow computers if you would rather.
They're both the same, to be honest.
All
Considering
right.
I'm a droid, they're not very good either.
I would say go mechanics then. It's more thematically appropriate here.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. It's going to be a hard one. As you attach yourself, the last bits of energy that were in Desi like spark down the wires into you, and you take 4 strain. And you get the essence that whatever Desi had left is gone.
I'll just kind of sit there and obviously I know that they can't hear me, but you need to work. I think that you are like me. and I'll kind of just sit there for a little while thinking about what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go and see if I can find some of the older Zakian Zamazinte family.
Yeah, I mean, they're all kind of lingering around in the main sort of cargo area, sitting on boxes.
I'll go up to them. I know that you work primarily on ships, but do you know much about droids?
One of the older ones looks up at you. He's got kind of like a big grey moustache around his mouth. Weird, you haven't seen like facial hair on many of these guys, but his hair around his mouth is longer than the rest of his fur. And he looks up. You see, he's got like one blind eye. Droids, huh?
Affirmative.
I mean, I'm no whiz, but I can take a look.
That would be much appreciated. We have a droid that I would very like to be functional.
I mean, how different can they be, huh? Droids, spaceships, so they all tick the same way, right?
Not exactly, but if you would follow me.
That sort of thing. And he like hops off the crate, and he's obviously very small, but it kind of looks like in his old age he's shrunk even further. And you see one of the little ones come over. Uncle Peepo, where are you going? No, don't you worry, little ones. I'm just gonna help this fine droid here. And he kind of follows you along.
Lead him round to the cupboard and open the door.
Oh!
And present him with Desi.
He like looks it up and down. Oh, what a fine droid.
Affirmative. He seems to have power down. I'm not sure what the damage or exact reason is, but if you could take a look, I would be very thankful.
Did you try to jump start?
Affirmative.
No luck.
It was unsuccessful.
Can you give us a lift?
Of course. And I don't know exactly what kind of lift he wants, so I'll kind of like get down on one knee and kind of put my hands in a way that he can maybe use them as steps.
He like steps onto your hands, like one hand under each of his feet. You kind of like lift him up. Yeah, I need to get access to the cranium up there, I think.
Oh, yeah, angle him. Kind of wherever he wants to be angled,
He
I'll
like
angle him in that way.
you hold him forward and like hops off and stands on Desi's shoulders, and then like bangs on the head, and a little flap opens up, and he starts digging around in Desi's head for a little while. You see a couple of wires. He like pulls them out, throws them to the side. Don't need those. This might take a while. This whole thing's shorted. Whatever was keeping this droid ticking, it stopped for now.
If it is possible, I would like you to preserve as much as you can. There are some spare parts in the crate over there, but they are for an IG, so I'm not sure how useful they will be.
Alright, well, I mean, the chassis's fine, and everything on the outside is in good nick. But, it's what's in here that's damaged. And you remember, like, most of the spare parts from the IG unit are, like, external bits, like armor plates and sensors and things. But, yeah, this could take a while.
Take as much time as you need. Thank
and
you.
then just begins working away on the droid. You can, as you watch, you see him kind of, like, at moments look very worried about what he's doing. Like he's just kind of guessing. But other times he seems pretty confident.
For a while, I'll like stand there, maybe lean up against the wall and kind of watch him. But at those moments where I see him look worried, I kind of like think to myself, this is causing more strain to me. So I go back to the cockpit.
All right, cool. That's fine. But that'll be something that he works on as we go through this journey. Is there anything anyone else would like to do on the second day of travel? You can all rest one night.
Remove some
It
strain,
gets
right?
rid of all strain.
You get rid of all your
Pretty
strain. Critical wounds that affect you for more longer than that combat do remain until the end of a week's travel. So I think, Took, do you have a lasting wound? I know you took some spice last session to ignore the effects of one of them. Which one was that?
One of them you said dropped off after the combat.
Yeah, one of them was just for that scene.
Yeah, it's like a blue dice
That
thing.
was the couldn't aim.
Yeah, no, we couldn't benefit
but
from blue
the-
dice.
But was it the one where essentially every time I take an
Winded.
action, I
Until the end of the
Winded, yeah.
encounter. No, that's not it. Crippled, maimed. I don't remember what it was called. The increase the target suffers 1 strain each time he performs an action. So at the brink, you are still suffering from at the brink. The target suffers 1 strain each time he performs an action. So you're still suffering from that.
Okay,
So-
but I still after rest I get my strain back, right?
You still get your strain back. But if we go into another combat scenario, you'll still be suffering from that.
It's
But after
very-
you've rested for a week, you can make a check to get rid of it.
Okay.
You can also, I believe, make a first aid check to get rid of it. I believe. With the first aid kit. Let me just double check that rule in.
There's
But
also
it's-
actually
Whilst I look that up, is there anything else that anyone else
I
wants to do?
think I can use my let's see what this skill says. Because I think I can use it not just well, I can't use it retroactively, but I can use it after the fact too.
Yeah, okay.
Let me just check though.
No, that's fine. Have a read.
Oh no. It's just till end of the encounter. So basically I can use if during an important combat I can spend a destiny point to ignore a critical injury.
Oh, okay. So next time you'll remember that, I'm sure.
Yeah, next time. Well, so next time I'm in combat and I've still got this thing on, I can use use a destiny point.
All right. Well, whilst I look for this rule about healing critical injuries, is there anything anyone else would like to do on the ship during this third day of travel?
I would like to go to the crew quarters
Yeah.
if I can, and lock the door.
Yeah, you managed to find a moment when no one's around and you enter the room, lock the door behind you, seal it.
Lock the door, and then I just want to take place in the middle of the floor and
Mhm.
take out my lightsaber and just leave it in front of me.
Place it on the ground.
Yep. And then just slowly meditate on it, trying to learn all this newfound power that I've experienced over time. And,
Okay.
like, stuff from like the training scenario to being able to beat like obviously master difficulty, and then like every time I've used it in combat and killing that trooper, escaping Chad.
Yeah, so you meditate and you see these images of things you've done with this saber flashing in your mind. You hear the screams of that one trooper as you plunged it through him. That kind of Wilhelm scream. You see yourself... You see yourself defeating the master difficulty on the training droid with ease. You see yourself destroying the galley, as well as cutting through several doors and droids. Make a lightsaber check, I suppose. Actually, no. Make a. Let me look at the sheets here to find a check. Where's Zakian's sheet? Make a there's a skill here that I'm looking for. Sorry. Make a discipline check for me.
Discipline. Okay. Don't think anyone's ever done this before.
Oh, hang on. Hello? My headphones just turned off for some reason. Weird. Give me a moment, team.
Back? You're muted now.
They don't want to
Hello?
turn back on.
No?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Are we good?
They're back. I can't hear you just yet.
Okay.
They're just clicking on.
You can't hear
Let me
me?
clarify. I'm not on my phone.
I
I'm
hear you.
promoting the channel. Just saying that right now.
Are you? Thank you.
Yes, of course. That sounded really sarcastic. It wasn't meant to be.
Right. You
I
good, yeah?
appreciate
Discipline check?
Yes, please. Let me just double check the dice pool. Yeah.
Okay.
Is the music gone for anyone?
Should still be there.
I haven't had music up this whole
Yeah,
time.
music gone for me.
It's not playing for me. I've got this thing open. I can see it's playing in on your thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I say it's gone for me too. Yeah.
Madness.
How about now?
You are on Streamlabs. You're showing Streamlabs.
I chose the wrong thing. Oops.
It wouldn't be Natural Wonders without tech difficulties. Come on, let's be honest.
True that. True
It
that.
really wouldn't.
Did you?
Yeah, it's working again. It's for me anyway.
Yeah, got it.
All right. Perfect. Okay. Sorry. Roll back. What was we doing? You failed to check. As you feel yourself begin to kind of slip into that kind of like between realm you've entered in these meditations before, that kind of like void of stars where you often have encountered various icons and mentors, but as you kind of begin to tear the veil, you get sucked back into the Crate Fang as someone bangs on the door. You hear one of Zatkin's like little brothers like, "Is anybody in there? I need to use the toilet."
There's no toilet in here.
The only toilet on the ship is in this room.
No, there is no toilet in here.
Yeah, there is. I need it.
Get away from the door until I'm done in here.
But I'm gonna pee my pants.
I want to open the door and stand there with a lightsaber ignited.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Get away.
Fine, I'll find somewhere else to go. But I'm blaming you. And you see him walk into the cupboard across the way where Desi is.
I
And-
don't give a shit.
But you see another. There's like an older Chad Rafan in there who looks down as he starts to pee in the corner, and you see Uncle Peepo is like, "What are you doing? Use the toilet, you uncivilized little brat!" And then the door closes.
Yeah, that's fine. I want to then just close the door that I'm in. In the crew quarters. I put the lightsaber back on a belt and then go to sleep.
Okay, cool. So that second day of travel passes. No worries about any kind of interference. Is there anything else anyone would like to do on the third day?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
So, first of all, I guess during the day, I suppose day is really a strange
A
concept.
null and void term
with,
on a spaceship, yeah. But
Yeah, so I'm gonna, once I'm awake, attempt to contact Nebula.
okay, through long range comms.
I would prefer to, yes.
So you would need to do that in the cockpit on the long range comms system.
Alright, I'd head in there.
Yep, sure.
I'm
You
not
head in.
being particularly subtle about it.
That's fine. You see Z piloting the ship.
Just making a call. I'll go through that process if I can.
Yeah, you're able to contact her. You have her information, so the call goes through.
Alright. Does she pick up?
She does.
Okay.
You hear from the other end. Greetings, Kalo. How can I help you?
You sound well, Nebula.
Of course. Very well.
Business good?
It always is.
I was hoping that you might be able to assist me with some basic information.
How disappointing. I was hoping you were calling me for something else.
I'm a man of business, Nebula.
I know. What is it then? What do you need?
I need to know my, how do I put this, legal status, perhaps, on Nar Shaddaa. I know that seems like a silly turn of phrase, but I'd just like to know how much people want to kill me. Maybe on a return trip. And of course, I would love to take you out for a drink, and I cannot do that if I don't know whether or not I will be assassinated in the streets.
Make a charm check, you suave boy.
Smooth, mate. Smooth. I love it.
Alright, where's my skills? Smooth with the talk, not with pressing the buttons to roll checks.
Go for it. I'm ready when you are.
I did click it. Is it going to show up? It isn't. I guess I'll click it again.
Yours is the only Roll20 that does this in this game,
I
isn't
don't
it?
know why it does it.
Oh, it's a crit. My. Where did this confidence come from? I like it. Well, as a matter of fact, I have kept an eye on the situation of things since you left, and it just so seems that you are just another criminal in a sea of criminals. There is no particular interest in finding you. Truth be told, I'm not sure that Senator Nighthawk really had many friends.
Yes, he was a bit of an asshole.
Indeed. So, when can I expect you to return?
A few days, perhaps.
Okay.
Let's keep it vague and exciting.
Wow. Well, I will be prepared for your arrival. Stay safe, and I will hear from you soon, I hope.
Perhaps. See you soon, Nebula.
All right.
I'll
Cool.
terminate the call.
Cool
And then I'll just
disconnects.
immediately turn to Z and just see what his expression. Like
See,
a
you would have heard all of
really
that.
expression.
Yeah, Z is like he's trying very hard to make it look like he's just staring ahead, but like half of the sentences are just staring at you, but trying to make it look like he's just staring ahead.
All right.
So we're okay then.
It would seem so.
That is good news. I will talk with Lulana soon.
Excellent. Perhaps sooner rather than later would be best. Make sure we have the best time ahead of us.
Perhaps we should have a conversation as to what exactly I should say to her.
That would probably be good. But I think the conversation that I just had was probably the best one to have first. It at least informs us that we are not on the Nar Shaddaa's most wanted list.
That reminds me, actually, I no longer have any use for this. And I pull out the comlink that I was gonna shove up Nighthawk's ass. And I
Oh
kind of
yeah,
just
you've been saving that.
crush it in my hand.
Just
and
destroy that.
Drop it on the cockpit floor.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to using that.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. As I said, in an unfortunate turn of events, I didn't go there with the intention to kill him, just to simply guide him away. But he is, or was, arrogant and assumed he had friends in higher places than clearly he did.
But whatever helps you sleep at night, Carlisle.
I'm gonna
I know
look like
my
a little bit
senses.
uncomfortable at that, and I'm gonna stand up. I'll walk out. I want to walk out of that.
Mhm.
All right.
I'll continue flying.
Okay, so another day passes. 2 days left. Is there anything anyone would like to do this day?
I mean,
Nope.
I would like to, but I want to let someone else do what they want to do first.
Yeah. Is there anything anyone
I wanna
is
make
dying
it
to
away.
do?
I'm gonna make a call after Z's made his call.
Okay. I will say on this
We're all
third
just
day.
waiting outside in a queue, waiting to use the
It's
phone.
like the prison telephones. I would say on the third day, one of the Zakin's father approaches you, Took, and he looks kind of tired, and he kind of like stumbles towards you. Captain, is there any way?
Don't wear out.
What?
No, nothing. Making a joke.
The children, they're hungry. They're growing. One meal a day isn't cutting it. Is there any way we could up their rations a little bit? Do we have enough supplies?
They're hungry already. We just fed them.
I know. I it's just, you know, they think they're starving. Think they're gonna die.
No question. They're not gonna die.
I know that. I know that, but they don't. And I just figured if it was possible that we could, if we had any more rations on board anywhere.
No, they made sure of that when they were. No, that wasn't them. Can't blame on them. A maniac with the light stick burned through my old Mantel mix.
Right.
No, I'm afraid no more rations. What possessed you folk to have as much spawn as much as you do?
Simple pleasures.
Yeah. You never heard of pulling out?
What's that? Before we get into it, let's cut that there.
Twitch times the service. Twitch times the service.
All right. He kind of just looks at you. He's like, you know, big families work hard.
Understand.
Back when, before the Empire took over, we used to run our own shipbuilding factory, so the more hands to help out, the better. That's where Zekin got his start working on ships.
You raised a mighty fine kid. He's
I know.
got the highest compliments for that little scruffy nerf herder.
I just wish he'd never left. I knew he'd get himself in some kind of trouble like this.
Have we informed you?
Huh?
I mean, we know where he is.
You know where he is?
Yeah, we're on our way. We're gonna get your son back.
Where is he?
Nowhere good.
That figures.
Cast over twin suns. Not the best place to be.
He kind of thinks for a moment, twin sons. I'm sorry, I'm not the most well-traveled.
Tatooine.
No. That's hut space, right?
Yeah. Nothing we can't handle, though. We'll have him back.
You
Safe.
nothing you can't handle? We're talking
Yeah.
the biggest criminal organization in the galaxy. This is bad. This is real bad.
No. Don't worry. I mean, nothing we can't handle on Tatooine. He's not been captured by the Hutts. You said that. I didn't say that. Just Hut space. You know, there's plenty of criminals on that planet.
Right. Okay, well, if there's any way we can help, just let us know.
More of that organizing stuff you guys did was good.
Yeah, the boys are good. They know what they're doing.
Finding magazines though. Don't be throwing out them any of them magazines. I need them magazines.
What? It gives you a strange look.
Cataloging, you know, like Galaxy's next top model, and no, I mean Galaxy's weaponry and stocks.
I know exactly what you mean. We set a small pile aside. I'll get it for you.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Yeah, and he begins to walk away. Was you going to stop him, or?
No.
All right.
He's dodged a bullet there, not having to tell him his son's about to be executed.
He comes back like 20 minutes later with a small stack of different magazines. Some are smutty. Some are informational. Some of them are like tourist magazines as well, like 10 reasons why you should visit Coruscant and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So, as you all rest on that night's you all find rest, and slumber comes to you peacefully. But you can't shake the thought of your friend Zakian Zamazinte being somewhere in the galaxy, somewhere
What the fuck?
you aren't sure. And I would like all of you to mute, please, so you cannot hear us.
Oh, nice! Deafen. Can we move the channel?
Deafen, please. No, because I need your cams. Otherwise it messes things.
Okay, deafen.
Just deafen, please. And I will signal you when you're back. Hello, Dean. Welcome.
Hold on. I'm not done it yet.
That's okay.
I can't... Where's the fucking deafen? I need to go to Discord.
You need to open Discord, yeah? If you've popped out. How are you, Dean? Nervous. Alright, well. Is everyone deafened? Yes. So, Zakian, you awake with a gush of warm air that fills your lungs. As if you've just stepped into an oven. You are clearly in a temperate system. Your limbs still feel weak, as if your bones have been turned into cement. You drop to your knees in a small metallic room, a similar kind of metal frame. You do recognize this place. This is the interior of the ship where you were captured, and before you see a similar familiar looking individual in green armor pressing some buttons on a small console device in front of him as he walks towards you and grabs you, cuffing your wrists and putting a collar around your neck. He pushes you out towards the cargo door. As it opens, you see bright orange-hued light flood the room, and you fall unconscious. Give me a moment here. The next time you awake in a room, or you think you do, you don't see anything. You're in complete darkness around you. The only thing you can sense is that your wrists are bound in some way by a cold metal holding you up. You similarly feel these around your ankles and that collar around your throat. You're clearly like being suspended in the air somehow, and your keen hearing picks up on the hum of like a tractor beam holding device levitating you in the air. You do also pick up on the sound of some kind of distant chatter, muffled, perhaps guards, perhaps not, chatting somewhere outside of what you assume to be a prison cell. Go ahead and make me a perception check. I would, first check back. I would,
Where are we at?
I would add you black dice, but you are super keen hearing, so I will not. It will be a hard check though.
Okay. Ready?
I am ready. Alright. It's very muffled, and through the walls and your kind of disoriented state, you only pick up a couple of words. Execution. Prisoner. But you begin to clearly feel your consciousness fade again as you pass out once again into slumber. You awake again. You're not sure how much time has passed, but this time you awake to the sound of some sort of machine activating. You don't have much time to get your bearings as the room is quickly filled with a singular beam of light that grows as you see a door opening in front of you, a hanger style lifting up from the ground. It quickly becomes apparent to you that you are dangling upside down, hanging from a rope by your ankles, as you are suddenly wheeled into a large Colosseum-style arena. The roar of a crowd around you as the sandstone walls lead up to Colosseum arena-style seating filled with people. And you hear a large voice boom over the microphone in a language you do not recognize. And you are wheeled into the center of this Colosseum as you are dangling there, completely helpless. That is all I need from you today, Zakin, I'm afraid.
Oh,
We'll come back to that, sir.
Can I stay in the call?
Yeah, you can. Let me tell them to unmute. There we go. A little teaser there. A little teaser.
I'll go rolling.
Come back, come back.
What we were?
Come back. You back, guys?
I'm
I don't think
back.
Jay's seen it.
Sam's back. Jay and
I think Mew and
Ewan's not there, but
somewhere.
yeah,
It's
Ewan dipped out real quick. I think went to the toilet.
Alright, that's fine.
Shit, Dean's here.
So, as the four of you have, like, even Yuzi, you have a fairly restless night that night. Like, you can't shake the feeling that something terrible is going to happen to your friend. You all have this shared nightmare of Zakian in a large sandstone arena, a sandy floor, and he is... Ewan can come back.
Yeah,
Ewan,
he's back.
I'll just quickly, rewind a little bit.
Sorry.
It's okay. You all have a fairly restless night, broken up by dreams or nightmares, visions of your friend Zakian, dangling from a rope upside down in this large Colosseum-style arena with sandstone walls and a sandy floor. He looks completely helpless, and you see a crowd roaring, cheering, and you hear this loud, booming voice, and it wakes all of you up simultaneously. You just hear, like, as you all wake from your slumber. That's where we're going to leave it this week. I did say we might end a little bit early, because I got some prepping to do. But that is where we're going to leave it this week. We will not be back next week. But the quest to save our boy Zakin is well and truly on.
Bring him on!
Hey, we need to get this boy.
So, just for those of you in chat, we will not be here next week. That'll be Monday the 6th. We will be back on Monday the 13th. But then, after that, we'll be taking a short Christmas break. Okay, so after Monday the 13th, there'll be no more games in December. So just keep that in mind. I'll post more about that on Twitter in the Discord. So go ahead and follow us there. Dean, it was great to have you back, even though it was only very shortly.
Good to see your face in this call
It is
again.
good to see your face.
I just wanted to tease that little scenario there.
So what it means is, on December 13th, we need to
Stayed up all
quick
night,
fire
so-
get into Tatooine.
All right.
That's what that means.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for hanging out with us this evening. It's been a blast. I know it's a short one. I'm sorry for that, but sometimes these things happen. Thank you so much for hanging with us. we will see you all next time. Stay safe, and may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Good to be back.
Oh, XP. We keep XP.
You will get 5 experience points.
Bye. Thank you.